Didn't want to say anything offensive just in case.
But just in case I hit record and made a cold open.
Yeah.
Maybe I did.
Yeah.
Maybe this is part of the cold open.
Maybe.
Hello, PTR, mate, and welcome to the Play Talk Repeat show, our bi-weekly news and discussion show that we do. How are we all doing? We good?
I'm all right.
Yeah, man. Great.
Is it bi-weekly?
Yes.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not twice a week.
Okay.
Yeah. Or bi-monthly.
Oh, bi-monthly, no. Oh,
Twice a month, but not every 2 months.
That's the one.
yeah.
Well, it's both.
It is both. Okay.
Bi-weekly would be twice a week.
No.
No.
I mean, it could
It
be,
would
but no one would refer to it as that.
Yeah, no one would do that.
Right.
That'd be a very crackhead thing to do.
Anyway.
It's good that we got to the bottom of that. So, fellas, what have we been playing recently? Apart from Alex, who's only been playing one game.
Go on with Last of Us.
I've been playing 2. Yeah, I played The Last of Us. Played and completed The Last of Us, not just played.
Whoa.
I am one of the few people
Who completed The Last of Us?
who've gone 9 years, is it, since it came out? Was it 2013 it came out?
So that's 12 years.
Yeah, that's 12 years. It's even better maths. It's been 12 years and haven't played The Last of Us. I attempted to play it once long ago, and I just couldn't get around to liking it. I put it down to the difficulty and said it was the difficulty's fault. I don't know if that was necessarily the case, because I will admit I did play it on hard again, and it was...
Fuck the fuck. The one thing we're told not to do.
Yeah, but it was like perfectly fine, though. I think just at the time, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't in the right mood for it. Maybe I was just trying too hard to like it, so I wasn't liking it. I have no idea. I do admit that the first couple hours are the worst part of the game. I do think the game gets a lot better after someone dies. Can I spoil The Last of Us? Is that allowed? Is that a thing I'm allowed to do?
We've never really cared about spoilers on this channel. We just kind of say them.
Yeah, well, after Tess dies, I think the game gets a lot better. Once it's just Joel and Ellie, and you actually get through that initial getting out of the quarantine zone stuff, that I think the game gets tremendously better. And when I first originally played it, I barely got past that part. So that was really good. I genuinely think it is one of the best video games I've ever played.
Oh wow.
Hearing that Alex didn't like it. Oh, not didn't like it.
Didn't get a chance.
Claims for it to be the worst video game ever made and truly awful.
Well, no, I gave it a 5 out of 10 because it was just average.
Did you finish it?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you finished it and you hated it. That doesn't make any sense.
He played Left Behind as well, and he started part 2, but he couldn't stomach it.
Just seeing Ellie, it just riled him up.
I got about 5 hours into The Last of Us Part 2, and I was just like, I can't do it. Just can't do it.
Can't even do it.
Yeah, truly an insane take, because it's a genuinely phenomenal game. I understand why a lot of games following The Last of Us basically just copied The Last of Us and we're just we're just going to make a TV show instead of a game, because it works really, really well. And I'm just kind of sad I never played it all these years. I'm absolutely Last of Us pilled right now.
Just pilled out his head.
Obviously I played The Last of Us, I played the DLC, I'm watching the TV show, I'm going to be playing the second game kind of soonish, and then the second season. I just love the game. I love everything about it. I've been searching up stuff about it online. I even started playing the game again with the director's commentary.
Damn.
So I can hear him talk about I'm very Last of Us pilled right now. It's very, very good.
Watch the documentary.
And the documentary.
Is the documentary for 1 or 2?
The 1 and 2, yeah.
Oh god, yummy. Let's go. Yeah. I'll be watching those because it's just great. I ended up giving it I'll spoil it, I guess I gave it a 9 out of 10. I don't know why I didn't give it a 10 out of 10. I just don't like giving games 10 out of 10, to be honest with you.
Just don't like it.
I don't know I don't know what it'll take to give a game a 10 out of 10.
Last of Us Part 2.
I mean, but honestly, maybe. If it truly is just better than the first game in every way, then it could be. But yeah, I'm very excited to carry on with that. I just think it's a great time, and Alex is silly for not liking it. Sorry, Alex. I know it's an opinion, but it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And the other game I've been playing Again, also inspired by Alex out of pettiness because I just don't want him to play it before. He said playing Death Stranding.
What the fuck?
I'm about 7 hours in.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
It's a it's a video game. It's like for some reason I don't know what it is. I'm starting to vibe with the gameplay more as the game goes on, which I don't like. That I am kind of enjoying it because I really don't like it, but I kind of am liking it now. It's just becoming I'm becoming kind of like obsessive over doing everything.
Everything. There's a lot to do in Death Stranding.
No, but like I just like when it was first playing, I was like really, this is just dumb. I hate this. This is awful. But now the moment I get any sort of objective, I'm like, yes, sir, let's go. And I don't know, I just sort of get pumped to do it. But the story's really just fucking bad. Like, it's one of those stories, at least at the moment, where they just keep saying words that they don't mean anything whatsoever. It means nothing, but they keep saying things, and I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I've heard the word BB like 500 times, and I know it means bridge baby. I don't know what that is. They keep talking about the beach. Why do they keep talking about the beach? I don't fucking know.
How do you not know what bridge baby is?
No, it's
Is it the beach that makes you old?
You know,
Yeah, basically.
I've just replayed this as well. They are very slow with telling you what things are. They just expect you to accept the fact that you don't know.
Legit. Like I said, I'm like 5-6 hours in. All that they keep doing is saying things, but they're not explaining what the things are. They keep just saying words. The closest I've got to knowing what Bridge Baby is literally yesterday. Last night when I played it, it finally opened up not a mail section, but like a history section or some shit.
Yeah.
And it gave you terms, and it was explaining what certain terms mean, but I didn't get around to reading what a bridge baby was. But I did see that it was there, so I'll probably take a look at that. But it really does not explain anything. And at the moment, it's just a bunch of waffle. Not that it's not interesting waffle, because it kind of has to be, because it's just really fucking random. But it is a bunch of waffle at the moment.
Whose chapter are you currently on?
Mate. I'm on episode 2, near the end of episode 2, I think.
Right.
That's
Okay.
Dead Man,
No, Dead Man's way later.
Amelie, is it?
Amelie. All right. So yeah.
yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because he's got to go through. I think Dead Man's chapter 5, but chapter 3 is really, really long. Especially the way Lewis is playing it. You're 7 hours in, and you're only on chapter 2. It speaks to how much you're doing. That you're going to spend hundreds of hours with this game if you carry on the way you're going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Potentially. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm probably going to enjoy it more as the game goes on and stuff just starts being explained, hopefully. It's just a really weird game. I really can't describe Death Stranding in a way that is remotely fun. Or, I mean, interesting, I guess, but like you have to play it to just know how fucking just random it is. Like, it's just a really weird game. And I'm excited to see what happens with that, I suppose. But those have been my 2 video games as of recent.
Well, I'll speak since we're talking about Death Stranding. I was going to talk about Death Stranding, but Lewis just pulled that rug out from under me unexpectedly. But yeah, no. So Death Stranding. I was expecting to dislike it on the second run because I didn't think it was a game you could replay. But it'd been that long since I played, because I first played it at release. It'd been that long that I'd forgotten almost everything about the story. So yeah, it was just it.
It's been nearly 6 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, just a great time. I loved it, and like you do. The first time I played it, I hated it up to a point, but I thought at that point I'd put as too many hours in to go back. But that's the second time around. I knew what was coming, so it was just all good. It was just good times all around. But other than that, I've been replaying Doom in the lead up to the Dark Ages, and also Tomb Raider for some bizarre reason. But the Crystal Dynamics one. It's pretty good.
Yes.
Is that the remake?
Yeah, the remake.
All right, okay.
Like they did a remake
Or
trilogy.
reboot, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, reboot. It's fine. Just a bog standard action adventure game. I've not got much else to say about what I've been playing this month because there's not a lot going on. They are longer games, which is unlike me.
Well, I'll go next then. So talking about games which are really hard to describe as being good, one game which I've been playing this past 2 weeks is Wonder Stop, which is a game which was written and directed by Davey Reedon, the person behind Stanley Parable and The Beginner's Guide. The Beginner's Guide is one of my only two 10 out of 10 games, so I was very excited for this. But basically, it's the reason why it was written and directed by him, or the result of it anyway, is that after I think it was in the process of making Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, which I think was delayed by like 2 years. He was suffering through like intense burnout and like just depression and shit like that. So he decided to make a game about how he dealt with it, which is what Wonder Stop is. More metaphorically, anyway. He didn't go to a forest and make tea, but basically the way the game starts is that you start off as like this warrior who's like the best, and she's like so good. She hasn't lost a fight in 3.5 years, and then she starts losing, and it's like, what is going on? And then she keeps losing, and then she decides to go to a forest to seek a person who can train her to be better. And then she stumbles upon this clearing, which has a tea shop and a guy called Borrow. And then she just decides to make tea because she can't lift her sword up anymore because of the burnout. And it's just a game about making tea, really. Any questions so far?
Sounds boring.
It does sound a bit boring, Niall.
It sounds quite boring.
Yeah, so it kind of is. So the idea is that when you're in the tea shop, and then every now and again someone will come up to you and will be like, I want this tea. And so you go in a farm and you plant seeds to make certain tea leaves, and then you make the tea in this massive contraption which has a bunch of different levers, and you make the tea and you give it to the person, and the person's like, oh, this is good, thanks. But then people also have other problems to solve as well. Like in the first chapter, because there's 4 chapters, there was this knight who really wanted to impress his son. And he wasn't really a knight, he was just like a weird dad guy. He really wanted to impress his son, so he tried to become a knight, and he ended up getting cursed by a witch. But there was no tea to solve his problems. So he just kind of had to deal with it, just like let that go. And there's a lot of stuff like that. Like there's, at some point, it's not a spoiler, but these businessmen come into the clearing, and they're like, we want coffee. And it's like, well, we only sell tea. And it's like, well, we want coffee. We need to pitch this presentation. It's really important. And like, we can't do that. And so you just gotta let it go. And there's no real objective. You make the tea in your own time. There's no timer. And it's just really good. The story and the writing is incredible. I'll say that.
It just sounds like retail simulator. People coming up to you with their own problems, and you're just like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Is it teaching you anything about your life now?
I did resonate with it quite a lot. I didn't take any lessons from it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I really like because like the sword which you're carrying that you can't carry anymore is like put on like this little pedestal, and you can go up to it every now and again to try and lift it. And the idea is that when you are better, you will be able to lift your sword and you can carry on. Or you could just choose not to either. You could just decide to stay in the clearing forever if you wanted to. But yeah, at certain points throughout the story, it always hit me every time the way they did it. But you would be talking to someone, and they'd all of a sudden just stop talking to you and just stare at you, and like this music would hit, and that meant that it was time to move on and change seasons. You go sit on a bench and you change seasons because the clearing is done helping you. Like those people are done talking to you, and it's like all this mad shit. It's one of those ones. It's like kind of like Death Stranding where you have to play it to really understand it. But yeah, it was bloody great.
Yeah, no, sounds it.
Yeah.
What did you rate it?
I rated it 9.5 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10.
Christ.
Yeah, no, seriously. That's the thing. I can't. It's very easy to describe how this game isn't for people than it is for people.
Right.
Definitely, it's a really hard game to sell. But it literally only fell down in a couple of areas. I found myself getting stressed at a couple points because the tea orders started getting a bit too complicated, and like I couldn't remember what the name of the leaves in which certain plants gave me. Like I couldn't remember what they looked like, so I was like, if I water them and pick them, like, is that going to be the right one? And then you only have a certain amount of inventory. And like, if you water plants too much, then they stop giving you seeds, and that's supposed to be part of it. Like, oh, that plant's done now, working. You don't have to. You gotta move on and make another plant. And then also, the game sort of ended, and then it didn't, and then it ended again. And the first ending was definitely better. If it just ended at the first time, it would have been a lot better. So that's why it's not a 10 out of 10.
Right. Okay.
But the writing is really funny. Like I laughed a lot. Which I don't usually laugh at games. It was as funny, if not funnier, than Thank Goodness You're Here. Yeah, it was very good.
That's a big statement to make.
Yeah, and the other game I've been playing is a game called a game about digging a hole.
Which is a game.
Oh, I've seen clips of that on TikTok.
Yeah, like it's almost like it was made in a science lab. It's just like how to create a perfect game loop, and that's what it does. It's just you dig holes. You upgrade your shovel and your battery and your jetpack, of course, and then you dig more holes, and your aim is just to try and get the treasure at the end. And it's just like a really fun hour. Like it demands your attention the entire time, and I think it was just really, really good. So yeah.
Coolio. Alex, do you want to say anything about Persona?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
Metaphor,
not Persona,
whatever,
actually.
It's the same.
Actually, Oliver, this is Metaphor Refantasio. It's not part of the Persona series. I'm nearly at the end of Metaphor. I'm in like the last 30 days, so probably expect a review from me, Niall, and Lewis.
20
hours.
20 hours. How's
hours.
that nearly at the end? You know what I mean? Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing like in those 30 days, so I'd probably say I got like 15 hours left. I'm just in like grind mode at the moment, trying to get to like level 70. I'm level 60 at the moment, so yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
He's getting there.
Still.
Cracking.
He loves it.
Well, we shall forget all about that and move on to the news. So there's been so obviously we did our Switch 2 like special last week, but there's been a few little bits that have come out since then, as these things tend to do. So first of all, we're reading from XJ-Developers there. So the some of the the sizes of the actual games themselves have come out, and it's looking like the amount of storage on the Switch is actually going to be all right. You know, it's going to be enough. So the biggest one from a first party perspective is Mario Kart World, which is 23.4 gigabytes, and you got Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is 10. The GameCube app is like 3.5, and it just goes down like that. I think the biggest one we've seen so far is Cyberpunk 2077, which I believe was 64 gigabytes.
Yeah, I think I saw that as well.
Yeah, so not looking too bad.
I read a typo. I thought it was 100 gigs for Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I know you did, because you sent it to the group, and I started a little bit of a panic.
Yeah, that's what it said on the post on Blue Sky. But yeah, it was not only 10 gigs, which is pretty impressive. 10 gigs for that. It's pretty good.
It is. Yeah, it's looking a lot. More I see about it, it looks more like Mario Odyssey as well in terms of like.
Yeah, I mean, no, it really does. That is Mario Odyssey 2.
Yeah. But there's more
like
destroying.
No, it's the Miles Morales. So then they're gonna have Mario Odyssey 2, and it's gonna feature DK.
No, but it's crazy.
That'd be really cool.
I was watching a lot of gameplay because of the Treehouse stuff. It is crazy how it really does. It just looks like Mario Odyssey 2, but they replaced it with a monkey. Like straight up, it looks exactly like it.
The animation you get when you get like a golden banana is like the exact same as when you get.
Yeah, it's literally the exact same. Yeah. I'm even more excited for after seeing gameplay. It looks really, really good. They're very, very, very good.
Indeed.
Very nice.
In other Switch 2 news, the trade war that Trump is currently doing over in America is caused the pre-orders for the US side of things to be delayed, which is sad for them.
Oh yeah, that shit's gonna be like $700.
Yeah, it's gonna raise the price. I mean, some of the prices that I've seen in like Canada, for example, or like places like Sweden, it's just fucking ridiculous. It is.
Yeah, it's awful.
It is grim. Like I know there's import charges and all that shit, but my fucking god, it's just it's to a point where it's unaffordable. But I guess that like they're used to it. I guess.
It's always been for places like Canada and stuff. It's always been like that. That's just how it is. which is sad. But it's just it's just this way. But these tariffs aren't helping anything.
No,
They're making it worse for everyone.
not at all. And also, we've heard that they're being very tight-lipped about it, and exactly what it's going to entail. But they've confirmed that DLSS and ray tracing is going to be a thing on the Switch too.
Yo,
I would have been shocked if it wasn't.
It's going to be a thing. So probably...
I'm shocked that it is ray tracing.
Yeah,
I'm not shocked. I think a lot of any graphics card moving forward now pretty much has well, if it's in a video, sorry, an NVIDIA card, it's gonna have ray tracing, and with AI and upscaling stuff, that you really leave a lot of room for ray tracing to be available.
Yeah.
Just mainly because this AI upscaling stuff is doing a lot of the work now in these games, so you can run these games at really low resolutions, and still have them look really good because of the upscaling. So yeah, you have room for ray tracing now. And also ray tracing is just getting better as the years have gone on. It's not the same as it was when the Super Series released. Like it's evolved a lot since then. We've had 3 generations of cards since ray tracing started.
Gen 3.
I just wish my PC could handle it. That's what I wish.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like if it makes you feel any better, even people who do have like decent cards, ray tracing is still like stupidly demanding.
Yeah.
Like it's still basically not impossible, but it really does eat at a lot of your frames if you turn ray tracing on.
Well, this is what worries me about the Switch too. You know, like what compromise is going to have to be made to make it work.
No, like to be fair, but I assume it will be one of those things where you can turn. I assume it won't be on all the time. I assume it will be an option in games. It's like you can play Cyberpunk with ray tracing, and it will just tank your frames to like half. So,
what is bad as well is the difference between Switch and Switch 2 of that. I believe in the Switch, like games can only have like a stupid low number of dynamic lights in a scene at once. I think it's like 3 or something like that. And to go from that to ray tracing is insane. But also with DLSS, I have no idea whether they were, if it was on the Switches, which a lot of the impressions came from. But if they weren't, then that does give me a bit of hope, because what I was saying in the last episode was, it could be changing the discussion from like PC and PS5 or Xbox. It's like your setup to PC and Switch too, because you'll be able to play AAA first party games on there. But then we heard that Cyberpunk was running at like 40 FPS, which is a bit worrying. But if DLSS wasn't on those machines, then that could be a good sign that it could get better, because like the amount of extra frames you can get is insane with that.
Yeah, DLSS is really good tech. You'll see a lot of people complain about DLSS, and say that it causes input delay. It does not. It causes like minute delay, like literally like delay so small that you literally can't notice it, but people will argue that you can notice it. But it's like milliseconds. It's nothing. And it makes your games run like a million times better. The tech is really good, but it makes sense because they've been building it for like 10 years now or something. DLSS. It's gotten to a point where it's just really good, and it just sort of helps anything that it's on. So, I mean, I'm even if Cyberpunk ran at 40 FPS on the Switch, I don't think it would be that outrageous. To be honest, I don't think it's that bad. 40 FPS,
Mr. 60 FPS over here.
Yeah, I know. I'm a 60 FPSer for sure. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the Switch is still the Switch. It's a handheld console. And having a game like Cyberpunk running at 40 FPS and presumably at 1080p resolution, at least in handheld stuff, I think is fine. Like, I genuinely don't think that's the biggest compromise in the world. And again, you're comparing it to Cyberpunk. Literally, Cyberpunk is one of the most intensive games out there. Even years after it's come out, it's still incredibly intensive. So the fact they've been able to get it to run that well, at least in the first place, I think is fine. And I think for the most part, most games will still be at like the normal, like hopefully 60 range, assuming they optimize it. So I'm not too upset about it. I think that's pretty good.
Well, there we are.
He thinks it's fine.
He thinks it's fine.
He thinks it's fine. Let's move on to Marathon, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this is Bungie's next game, right?
Yes, so it is a made by Bungie. It's a PvP extraction shooter. We got an announcement around, I think it was over a year ago at this point, that they were making it, and now we've got this, which it doesn't give us much more information. But what we do know is that we're actually going to be getting a full gameplay reveal trailer on the 12th of April. So that's pretty cool.
Are we expecting
PvP
big
extraction
things?
shooter.
Are we expecting big things from this game? I'm not really an extraction shooter kind of guy.
I've never played one, but I've always wanted to.
I thought you was a Rainbow Six Siege kind of
yeah,
game.
isn't Rainbow Six Siege a distraction shooter?
Definitely not. No,
No?
it's a SWAT infiltration game. Six Siege is just search and destroy, but with extra steps. Extraction shooter is you go in with gear, you get more gear, and you extract. And if you die during it, you lose your gear. That's what an extraction shooter is.
I've never played one. Then can you name some?
Yeah,
The what? So
Tarkov.
Like Tarkov?
No.
Yeah, Tarkov,
Right.
Marauders. Can't think of any others right now.
You wouldn't like it, Oliver.
You wouldn't.
I do not.
The whole stuff, the crack of it all is going in with gear that you could lose in the attempt to get more gear. So you choose which gear to take in with you, and you want to take good gear so that you can get more gear. Because if you take in bad gear, then you'll probably die. And so it's a risk reward of taking good gear and potentially dying, but you could leave with better gear. So you go in, get the gear,
sounds
get
like
out.
a roguelite.
Yes.
You're playing against real people though.
Yeah, imagine a roguelike, but you like the abilities you can choose abilities to go in with, and if you die, you lose those abilities forever.
Forever.
Yes, forever.
You'll never see that
Insane.
ability again.
No, yes, well, I mean, like you might find it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you have like a locker of weapons, armor, that sort of thing, and you gear up before going in.
Yeah, if you take your favorite gun in there and then you die, your gun's gone. Like it's just not yours anymore.
Cool. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the thing with
Yeah.
the thing with extraction shooters so far is they've also been hardcore realistic shooters as well. There hasn't really been a casual or more fluid extraction shooter before. So I think this might be the avenue which they're going down. They're going in for a slightly higher time to kill than Tarkov, which is pretty much one bullet and you're dead, depending on which armor you have. But a lot more fast-paced, probably smaller-ish maps. And yeah, you can tell by the aesthetic that they're going for, really, I think.
Yeah.
So I think it could do well. I mean, that's the thing. There is a gap in the market for this type of extraction shooter. There are people trying to fill it, but they haven't really yet.
And if anyone can do gunplay, it is Bungie.
Exactly.
For all of Destiny's shortcomings, I still haven't played a game that had better gunplay.
Oh no, yeah, Bungie smashed out the. No, I mean it is really good.
It's
really
really good. Cool. So yes, I don't think that's going to be an older game at all. It sounds like an Island Blurs game, honestly.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not
definitely.
an Alex game either.
No. Right, so we've got two more to do. So first of all, back when they did the Nintendo Direct before the Switch 2 reveal, they announced the Nintendo app thing. Has anyone been using this?
No, I forgot about it. Not gonna lie.
actually,
I've not been playing Nintendo. I've been playing Metaphor. So
No, it's a news app, isn't it? But
Yeah, even if I was playing Nintendo, I wouldn't change it.
we probably should.
my mind has been Metaphor, and that's it.
But the first thing they announced on it was that the Legend of Zelda live-action film, as shown here by The Verge, is releasing on March the 26th, 2027. Who do we think Chris Pratt's going to play?
Ganon.
You have to get him in there somewhere.
Right, he's gonna play. He's gonna be behind the bazaar. He's
just gonna play Mario.
He's just going to play Mario.
Yeah,
Mario
like
and Zelda.
yeah, exactly. Like it's gonna be a crossover.
But in all seriousness, are we
it's a meme.
hyped for this? Do you reckon they can pull it off?
If it was animated, I would be more excited. If it was Illumination just doing Zelda, then yes, but it's live action, so it's going to look like the Minecraft movie.
Oh.
No, so I think it'll be higher quality than the Minecraft movie because the Minecraft movie looks bad. Just any clip of it I've seen.
Most of that set is practical.
Based on the unfinished version online I've seen, it is not. That's
well, no, literally, like all the trees, the grass, the blocks that are surrounded is practical. Then it's just the background, which is green screen, and obviously all the moving shit.
It's like 90% of it. Yeah, I think they'll make a perfectly average film that will be no better than average, and it will just be fine. I still stand by that the Mario movie was still just fine. It was just okay. There was nothing special about it whatsoever.
What about when Luigi got the sewer thing and held it up like a shield? Did you not get chills when that happened?
I did not get chills.
I did.
I didn't get chills when they teased Yoshi at the end as well. Like Yoshi's some sort of massive super.
Even though
he's fucking
there was
Yoshi.
like a million Yoshis as well.
Yeah, he's fucking Yoshi. But anyway, I think it'll just be perfectly just average, and I think it will probably do well because it's Nintendo. And it will just probably make a decent amount of money. I don't think people will come out of it saying it's the worst thing ever or anything. I think they'll just be like, "Oh, this is pretty good for Nintendo for a live action video game movie," and then that'll be the end of it probably. And then I'll probably get a sequel greenlit.
Nintendo hasn't been one already.
Nintendo can make as many as they want, really, can't they? So.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they're gonna go like I think they're gonna go like a Breath of the Wild type story. I think it's gonna be very cheesy and shit like that. I don't know. I can't picture.
What are you telling me? Are you telling me if they
do.
did like an Ocarina of Time or a Twilight Princess, it wouldn't be cheesy?
Oh no, it'd still be cheesy. Of course, it'd be cheesy. But I don't know, man. Like, because I struggle to watch the cutscenes in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It's a bit too anime. You know what I mean?
Did you?
I think you're taking Zelda too seriously.
No, I'm not. Well, yeah.
I prefer Skyward Sword, to be honest.
Yeah.
Skyward
Sword.
I said it weird. I know. I realized I should have said it. Skyward Sword. I think that would be a good like starting point for the films.
Ocarina of Time. It's gotta be. Sure.
Well, yeah, it's the best. It's the best one. So
yeah. I don't know. I just can't picture it, I cannot picture what they're going to do at all. But obviously, we'll see more as more happens.
Hopefully, we get a trailer at some point.
Probably not.
Like
to think
so. Yeah, I would hope so.
2027. No, it probably won't be till like what, next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It'll be a Nintendo Direct, and that'll be the one more thing.
Oh yeah, fucking
yeah,
Miyamoto. Anytime Miyamoto comes out now, it's actually just sad. It's not. It's nothing to be excited about. If he comes out, you need to start dreading what's coming.
Yeah, it's like a museum somewhere, or a theme park, or a. Yeah. Anyway, onto the final news story. So, Hogwarts Legacy. So apparently, so reportedly, I don't think anyone's confirmed this just yet, but there was supposed to be DLC for Hogwarts Legacy, and it has been cancelled. It was supposed to come out alongside a definitive version of the game, like these things tend to do. It's really seeming like Warner Bros. Are in big trouble, you know.
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused at what's going on with this, if it's true, because it made $1 million. $1 million doesn't sound like a lot in game context, but I meant
millions.
I meant to say like a massive number. It made a lot of money. It sold incredibly well. So I'm really
the first game has sold over 30 million copies. It says on the news thing there. So
it's like revenue of like 150 million.
Yeah, so I'm really surprised that they cancelled any sort of DLC for it, because it also would have sold really well. So yeah,
because they probably would have got like 10 million at least, because obviously people will have bought it and been like, right, I'm selling this, or like they're not going to play the DLC, but you'll probably get about 10 million for DLC.
I think Harry Potter in particular, you're just going to get more than usual because it's Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Because everyone loved the game. Everyone loved the game.
Yeah.
So I would love DLC. I would have paid for it and gone back to it.
So it makes me think that there's something going on internally, like at Warner Bros. It can't be anything to do with the game's production. It has to be Warner Brothers themselves.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So this does fly in the face of what they've said previously, where they've said, right, okay, we're now starting to see that live service things are not great, and they're gonna try and focus more on, like they've said, that Harry Potter, like Hogwarts Legacy 2 is the biggest priority.
Yeah, they said that, but they also said they wish they made Hogwarts Legacy live action in the same breath.
That's so stupid. But I think that then they've lost. They've just. I think they've lost enough money from like canceling the Wonder Woman game, Suicide Squad performing terribly, Multiversus as well. That the disaster that was that.
Yeah,
I think maybe they've just lost enough where they cannot put any more money into the DLC of this game, which just it really makes me wonder what they are putting the money into right now.
I still don't understand
Looney
to this day.
Tunes.
I still don't understand to this. I mean, Looney Tunes aren't doing well either. I still don't understand how it didn't get more backlash with Multiverses, that they released the game with a bunch of paid costumes and battle passes, and then just removed the game and said it was a beta after releasing it, not saying it was a beta at all, and then selling people a bunch of stuff and then just taking it away. I still think that was the most insane thing any company has ever done. And I don't understand how there wasn't more backlash when it happened. Like, there was people who were upset, but I feel like it wasn't as big as it should have been.
It's because no one cared the second time around. No one gave a shit. They'd already played it.
No, but no, it's not even that. It was just the first time they released the game, said it was the full. They did not say it was a beta. They just said it's a game, and then they just took it away without any notice and just said, "Oh yeah, it was a beta." Sorry, that was just a beta.
It's like some fucking like thinking in 4D chess kind of like tactic where they wanted to get rid of it. It says, "Oh no, actually, this is just the beta kind of thing," and then no one will give a fuck when we release it the second time. So when we finally cancel it, no one's gonna care.
Yeah, it was just it was really fucking weird. I don't know how, and it's a thing as well where it shouldn't have messed. Warner Brothers have access to a lot of IPs, like a lot of IPs and a lot of characters, and for some reason they were busting out fucking Stripe from Gremlins, out of their entire roster. That's what they were going for, and it just I don't know.
People like Stripe.
People like Stripe, but like out of all the things that Warner Brothers owned, that was not a character to put in your game as like, oh my god, guys, come play this game. Like Stripe would have come eventually, 10 years down the line, I'm sure, but there was other characters to put in first.
Well, I think it's almost as if they were trying to say, look how many franchises we've got, rather than actually like picking the best characters from each franchise.
Yeah, I don't know. It was doing for fail. Like it should have been a game that did insanely well, and they fucked it up somehow. Yeah. So.
No one can make the Smash clone, man. Apparently, it's just not going to happen. People try.
Brawlhalla, that was good shit.
Brawlhalla, yeah. Every time I played Brawlhalla, I've had a good time, but it's the whole rotating characters thing that I can't really get behind.
Yeah,
but that's fine. Anyway, so we are going to move on. That's the news done with. We've not got a big news story this week because Niall has prepared some nonsense for us.
Yes. Here we are. Guys, are you excited for the PTR Fantasy Game Draft?
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Why are we on round 2?
No, don't look at the graphic yet because the graphic isn't showing on the stream. I'm just getting it.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, so what this is we're starting it mid-year because we weren't doing this at the start of the year. But the idea is that we go through rounds where there's 4 games to choose from, and we pick a game, and that then gets owned by us, and when that game's Metacritic score comes in, that Metacritic score gets added to us as points. And the aim is to get the most points by the end of the year via the Metacritic score of the games which you have picked from the draft.
Okay.
So that is the aim. We have in total 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 4, 32 games that we're going to go through. They're all separated into different groups based off their like perceived caliber. So we have like the heavy hitters all together. We have the not great ones all together. We have 5 groups of games which have confirmed exact dates. We have 3 groups of games which have currently slated 2025 releases. And then we're also going to do a round at the end where we pick a game which either doesn't exist or hasn't been talked about at all, or has definitely not got at least a 2025 release date, in case it might come out.
Okay. So for the last 4 rounds, you are essentially taking a gamble on whether something's going to release or not.
Yeah, there are some which are less of a gamble, some which are more of a gamble. Like some might be, summer 2025 rather than 2025, so it's less likely that's going to get delayed. But if it doesn't come out in 2025, then it doesn't count towards your score. Additionally, because we're going to be going in order and it'll be randomized initially, of who gets to pick first. If you really want to go first, then you can spend your 1 token, which you have. And if you spend that token, then you get to go first. But once you spend that token, that is it. You cannot do it again. And then you just have to wait for your turn.
Okay, and you just got to be the first person to say, I'm using my token.
Yes, and if it's like 2 people at the same time, then we'll toss a coin.
What's the deadline for using your token? Like, so if you tell us who's going first, is that the point where you say, "Oh no, actually, dickhead, I want to use my token"?
Yeah, I suppose something like that.
Okay,
You know, we have to we have to follow the rules exactly. We can be a bit loosey goosey.
yeah,
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Lewis, do you understand?
No.
Okay, you will understand.
Do you want me
Okay.
to? Have you picked someone to go first, or?
No, I'm getting the
I've
random
got a
name
wheel with
generator.
our names on. Do you want me to spin that?
Oh, spin it.
right.
Give it a spin.
Right, but before Alex reveals who's going first, I will just change. So this is round 1. So we've got
Round 1.
Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Doom: The Dark Ages, and Mario Kart World.
Yeah, so picking which game we think is going to get the highest Metacritic score.
Metacritic score. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So, do you want me to reveal who's going first?
Do we trust
Yes.
Alex? What if he says Alex right now?
You might.
I mean, I
It
could.
Good.
The winner was Lewis. So
Oh,
Lewis
damn.
goes first.
Death Stranding 2
Damn.
Okay.
is easily going to have the best Metacritic score. Like, unless
Metacritic.
Kojima fumbled, I don't see how this doesn't have the highest Metacritic score. Mario Kart World will do well because Mario Kart and Doom and I mean, I still don't know what Expedition 33 is. Doom will do fine, but yeah, Death Stranding 2 is gonna like in the 90s, like easily.
All right. So how do we decide who goes next now?
No, Alex will go again, and then that's our order then.
So no one could steal this from me.
No.
No, right. So I'm spinning it again.
Yes.
It does remove the other names, right? When you
Yep, I've done it. Don't worry. It's me.
Okay.
Let's go with Mario Kart World.
Okay.
Right, so it's a fight for who gets Doom here, then, isn't it?
Who gets Doom? And it is. Oh my god! It's Oliver. It was on the edge.
So I was going to take Doom anyway, even if I went first. So I'm happy with that.
Expedition 33 could be a sleeper hit.
It could be.
No,
It could.
It's not even going to be sleeper. Like it's just going to be great. So I'm happy with Expedition 33.
Okay, right. So how decide the order for the next one now?
Yeah. So now
Is it me that goes first now?
Yeah. So it is going to be Alex goes first. However, we'll do a quick pause. People will take in the games and see if anybody wants to use a token.
Okay. Right. Cool.
For the next one. So we'll show it.
Right, so
Round 2.
1 second. I got the round 2. We've got Donkey Kong Bonanza, Elden Ring Night Rain, Borderlands 4, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 plus 4.
I'm going to use a token. I've used it. I've said it.
Okay.
1 second.
He's only got to spend a token, Annie.
There we go.
What the fuck was that?
Have we got jingles? Oh, we should do more
we
of
got
those.
jingles.
We should do more of that.
He's only got to spend a token, Annie.
There we go. That's the jingle. So
It's a jingle we can only use for one show a year.
I am going to take. I can't just walk through the jingle. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? No, I'm gonna take Donkey Kong.
You're gonna say Donkey Kong. Okay.
I am.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Does it just go back to me then?
It does.
We just do the normal order. Right.
Yeah.
Give me Elden Ring.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, so it's me now then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Borderlands or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. It's going to have to be Tony Hawk's, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, I was going to choose
leaving
that.
Lewis with
I think
Borderlands.
I think Borderlands 4 will just be fine.
Yeah. It's going
No.
to get
I
a
didn't even
solid
know it was coming out
75.
this year.
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's got a date and everything.
Yeah. It's got a date.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why it's in this round.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the next person going first is Oliver. Okay.
Right, okay, grand.
Stole my first place.
All right, round 3.
Go.
We got Double Dragon Revive, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tactical Takedown, and The Midnight Walk.
Token.
Oh,
Wait.
1 second.
Oh, play the jingle.
Is he using it?
Yeah.
Can
He's
I
only got a spent token, Annie.
can I not
There we go.
override him with my token? No.
No, he said it first.
Correct. I'm gonna
Yeah.
choose Metal Gear Solid Snake here.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Again, I wasn't going to pick that, so that's fine. You can have that.
Right, okay.
I'm going to choose the Midnight Walk.
Nice. It's me. TMNT will probably do bad. So I'm going to choose the Dragon.
Oh, get me Ninja Turtles.
Okay, Ninja
He
Turtles.
does.
Let's go.
All right. Next person going first is me.
Okay. I'm not using my token for any of that shit.
What the fuck is this?
Right, okay. If no one's using a token, I'm going to go for the Raydu remastered.
Okay.
Yeah. Atlas in it, so...
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Big Lou.
Yeah.
I didn't read them out. We got Radio Remastered, Tales of the Shire, Tamagotchi Plaza, and Patapon 1 and 2 replay.
I'm gonna go with Patapon 1 and 2.
You have to. You
Patapon?
have to.
Yeah. I get be silly not to.
I'm gonna take the sleeper hit Tamagotchi Plaza.
Tamagotchi Plaza. See, I know in my bones that Tales of the Shire is going to do terrible because that game's been delayed multiple times and
Yeah.
it's not going to go great. But alas, here we go. So
Alright, so next one will be Lewis.
no, Rubilus, cool. I'm going to use my token.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's only got a spent token, Annie.
There we go.
I'll take Directive 8020.
Okay.
Bust.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the new Dark Pictures game.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm with you.
It's me.
It is.
It is.
So what I was
I'm gonna
thinking,
go. I'm gonna go with Hell is Us.
Hell is us, yeah.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Shinobi. I'll take Shinobi.
I got Story Seasons. Fair enough.
That could be a sleeper hit. Who knows?
I mean,
It
I
would
think
be.
Story of Season will do better than Shinobi, yeah, because people like Story of Season.
Moving
So
on.
next up is Alex.
All right,
It's
I'm
me.
going to read
Yeah, so
them out.
these are for games which do not have a actual release date. They just say they're coming out in 2025.
Okay. Who's got tokens left?
Just
Me.
Alex.
Alex.
Just Alex.
Yeah.
Right now, it's going first anyway. So,
He's gonna use it on GTA 6. Yeah, well, no.
all right. So we got Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, GTA 6, FBC Firebreak, and Ghost of Yotai.
Oh, is GTA 6 going to come out this year, though? That's the thing.
That's
That is the question.
What do with the gamble?
It is the easiest win of your life, though. If it comes out, it's just the Metacritic score is gonna
No,
be.
you know what? I'm gonna go with Ghost of Yoti just
That's-
because I think GTA 6 is gonna get delayed. I don't think it's coming out this year.
Damn,
Who's after Alex?
Oliver.
Oh, I'll take,
You.
I'll take
fuck
GTA
off.
6, thank you.
Oh my god!
Because I think that it definitely is coming out this year. The more I hear about it, the
Yeah.
more I'm convinced that it is coming out this year.
I think it's coming out this year as well.
Right, and then
That's like the easiest freebie of all time. It's literally gonna have like a 96 on Metacritic, my guy.
I'll go for Metroid, even though I'd prefer FPC. That's the one Lewis gets FPC Firebreak. As Oliver going next. We don't have any tokens anymore, so this is just the order now.
Yeah.
No, I do. I have a token still.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he spent on
So
Ghost
round
of
7,
Yoti.
we've got Judas, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, Football Manager
Oh.
25, and Pokemon Legends ZA.
Give me that token.
He's only got a spent token, Annie.
There we go.
I'm just going to use on Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Alright, okay.
Okay, I wouldn't have done that personally because I don't think it's going to review very well.
I'm a bit. Can I just put in here? I'm really confused. Football Manager 25 got cancelled.
Did it get cancelled completely?
Yeah, they're skipping it. They're not doing it.
Can we have a replacement game now?
Yes, we can actually. Because I cut a couple.
It got delayed, and then they delayed it again, and then they were just like, "Now we're canceling it."
Okay, we're replacing it with Little Nightmares 3.
Well, that's a bucket. You cut that? Why would you cut that?
because to keep it it needed to be 8 groups, and it was 9. But yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna mark it.
Fuck me.
Yeah, very good.
3. There we go.
Save. Cracking.
Perfect.
Very good.
Right. Is it my go? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm taking a big old risk. I do not think it's going to come out this year, but if it does come out this year, I know it's going to review incredibly well. I'm going to pick Judas.
Daniel. I will go for Little Nightmares 3. And wait.
Hyrule Warriors for this.
Yes, it does. Okay, so final one is me first. Okay. I know what I'm picking.
No, you're picking.
No.
Alright, so we got Kirby Air Riders, Presolator in the New World of Steam, Power Wash Simulator 2, and Silk Song.
I'm picking Silk Song, boys.
Just throwing away your
Silk Song definitely isn't coming out this year.
It said 2025 in the latest Nintendo Direct.
They also said I also posted the thing the other day.
Said this like what, 5 years ago?
Yeah, I also posted the thing the other day where Xbox was like, everything in this showcase is coming out this year, and then some guy was like, "Oh, does that mean Silk Song?" And they were like, "Yes, it's coming out this year." And that was in like 2021 or something. So.
Yeah, so that's my pick. Anyway, so now it's Lewis.
Oh, I'll do Kirby Air Riders.
Ooh,
Okay.
I want to pick it.
Interesting.
I think Layton's too niche to do insanely well.
No, I think the Layton games have done pretty well with Metacritic. I obviously can't load that up, can I?
I can't.
Probably. I wouldn't do it this.
I'm just gonna pick Layton because I think it's gonna do well because it's like a return to form.
So I would have picked Power Wash Simulator 2 over all of those games in terms of what's going to score well.
I mean, people do like Power Wash. I mean, that's true.
It's gonna be great. Is that the is that the end of the rounds now? Yeah.
Yeah. Now we just have one more round, which is a game which definitely doesn't have a 2025 release date official, but could come out in 2025. We could stick with the order. So next, it'll be Lewis. Hello.
Hello.
Do you have one?
Oh, you want me to? Oh, I thought you were going to show us some.
No, you have to think of one.
You can't show you games that don't exist.
Yeah,
That's true.
A game that. So is this a game that has? Is this a completely what I want type of game, or is it a game that we know exists?
You could know it exists. It could have been announced, but without a date. Or it could be a game which doesn't exist. Come out.
I think this year potentially still the Black Panther, Captain America, Black Panther game will come out. It's scary because they have still said nothing about it, but I think that might have like a November, December release. I think that can come out this year.
Okay.
And I am excited for it.
Solid. All right, so Alex.
It's. I'm just gonna go. Can I go very vague and just say Mario and just say that it's coming out on holiday?
It'd be good if it was a 3D or a 2D Mario game.
Yeah,
Like it doesn't have to be an exact title.
No, you have to say a game. You can't just say a series. That's a cop out. You have to give us a game, my guy.
Well, no. What you want me to be like? Oh, Mario Sunshine 2.
Yes.
I can't predict.
Yeah,
I can't predict.
Commit with chess. You can't just say a franchise. Yeah, you can't just say a franchise. No.
Niall said that you could just say a franchise.
I think a 3D Mario is specific enough because we know what that is. It could be under any name, but we know what it is.
Mario Kart's a 3D Mario.
No, but we know what it is. We
know what Mario Kart is.
We do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say 3D Mario.
So if they re-release Mario Galaxy 2 this year, that counts?
No.
Yeah.
No, does it fuck count?
No,
yeah, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Right,
no,
sorry,
exactly.
Right, let's clear this down a bit, right? So it's like if we didn't know Mario Kart World existed and Alex said Mario Kart 9, that would be fine. Like,
Yes.
Yeah. So what he's saying is the next 3D platform. We know which games we're talking about. We're talking about Odysseys. We're talking about Galaxies. We're not talking about a remake. It has to be a new 3D platformer from Mario released this year.
Yeah.
I won't worry about it,
Okay.
Lewis, because it's not going to happen, mate. They're not going to release one this year.
We know that's true. But still,
Who
I just,
knows?
I just wanted to clarify. I don't want to cop out. It's just I need answers.
Galaxy 2 fucking re-release would not count. It has to be a brand new 3D platformer starring Mario as the main
Yeah,
character.
Yeah,
I put
fine,
3D
sure.
Mario, not remake.
All right, cracking. I'm picking Resident Evil 9.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good
I believe
shout.
this year is the year for it.
Okay. And I am picking the next Call of Duty game.
Fucking what?
But we know a new
That's the biggest cop out ever. You can't do that.
Yeah,
How?
You can't fucking pick a new Call
There's
of
been no
Duty
announcement.
game.
Yeah, no, yes, there is.
All right, I'm changing
Yeah,
mine. I'm
always
changing
an
mine to
announcement.
the new FIFA game.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, right. Yeah, try and find anywhere any official announcement there's a Call of Duty game.
Oh
coming out
no,
this year.
you know there's one coming out this year though. It's not you can't give everyone one set of goalposts and then give yourself a guaranteed fucking shot at it.
So
You
we're
can't
saying no.
I'm not allowing it.
I kind of want to veto your answer. I
Yeah.
can't. I don't know if it has been confirmed, but like, hasn't there been a new COD every year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So you can't
No,
do
no.
that. You can't because
Yeah,
you know it's
no.
coming out this year.
that's an annual release. You can't do that.
Okay, I need to think of something then.
Yeah, I think annual releases should not be
Yeah, you should
part of
be-
this
no.
because that's just literally just guaranteed points.
Unless they've said somewhere that they're skipping COD this year or something, but I don't.
They've
think
not.
they
They've
have.
literally said that it's coming out this
Well,
year.
now I wouldn't have picked it if it said that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I suppose.
I can't believe you tried doing that.
That's
Such a
mental.
jammy thing to do.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's not good.
I'm gonna have to think of
That's bad
something.
sportsmanship. Alright.
Like saying Silk Song would have been a more valid choice.
I was literally just about to say, just say Silk Song.
He can't. He's already got fucking Silk Song.
Well, so song, yeah, it has a 2025 release date.
Yeah, but he doesn't know, does it really?
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go for a Switch Sports 2 like. You know what I'm talking about.
I'll accept that. Yeah, well, we don't need to worry about that because it's going to get reviewed terribly.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean yeah, that's true.
So there we are. What we'll do is we'll update this every month with how everyone's doing in the table. For now, only me and Oliver will have any points on the board until May 22nd. So that's gonna be fun.
Why? What's
And there we
first?
are.
Sorry, what's first?
A Clair Obscure, and then Midnight Walk, and then Doom to the Dark Ages, and then we have TMNT. So yeah, there we go.
Cracking.
We actually don't get
Sorry.
we don't get a Lewis game until late June, which is Death Stranding 2. So it's not going to be looking good for him for a bit.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
What does worry me slightly is if one of us loses. So if only one of us loses a game this year because it gets delayed, then we might need to think about how the points are going to be distributed. Because if it would be a bit harsh for someone to just lose automatically because their game got delayed till next year.
I think I think if your game gets delayed, like announced that it's been delayed, then you'll be able to repick or something like that, maybe, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out as we go
We'll
along.
figure it out.
All right.
So there we are.
But that's been the PTR show. Until next time, we shall see you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.